And they said that
What?
I should talk to a lawyer, so I did.
Here we go. Here we go.
Listen, I told him what happened, and he said that I should sue her for damages.
Deja, you were on our property.
That didn't give her the right to unleash the devil and attack me.
All right, Deja. All right. We really doing this?
He also said not to pay the rent. That's just what he said.
Are you serious?
He also told me to find out who her lawyer is, and we gonna go from there. So she gonna get...
Okay, let's talk about the fact that Deja made it known to Zach that she has talked with a lawyer, and just like Heather before her, is now attempting to sue. But instead of Zach, it's going to be Fatima. And by extension, Zach is going to suffer in regards to not having rent paid, because the lawyer says not to pay rent due to what Fatima did. But yeah, I don't think there is any good reason for her to sue Zach. I feel like this is her way of getting over on Zach by not having to pay rent. Number one, how many times has Deja pulled this shit in the past? I mean, I feel like in the past, Deja has probably seduced previous land or property managers, especially if they were male, in order to get out of paying rent. Because let's be honest here, given how Zach has been weak in the knees over Deja for a while, I think that lesser men have fallen for her charms and she's gotten over on them. I mean, she starts off being pretty, I guess you could say mature and productive in regards and serious about finding a place to stay. I mean, what? She already had last month's and the upcoming month's rent when she handed her paperwork over to Zach. So I'm wondering, like, so how much does she make from these Deja daddies? Because at the beginning, it's like, she's pretty well off. But no, it turns out that she's pretty much, trying to pull one over on Zach. Not to mention, she constantly talks about how, I just got back from work, from, this one event or, meeting up with this guy. So she's clearly still making money, but she doesn't want to pay rent when if she's used to using her body to get what she wants. So yet again, Fatima's right about her not wanting to pay rent. I mean, originally, remember, she caught her in the locker room confirming her thoughts of, yeah, she's going to try to seduce Zach to get that, rent, where it's like, hey, I'm not paying rent financially, but I could do it another way. And now it's like, let me get out of this via, legal. But to be honest, this is kind of Fatima's fault because she was the one that beat up Deja. But Zach did counter with, hey, you're the one who was on my our property in the hot tub. So in reality, Nathan is the one who is at fault here. Just saying. But yeah, Fatima, threw hands with Deja. Now she's clearly faking. I'm thinking, like, so where are these doctor's notes and reports? Because if I were Zach, or at least get a lawyer to look over it, so where are the official, medical records showing that Deja's truly injured? Considering, yeah, I went over to your place 3 times last night. You had none of your, bandages or, medical equipment on. So you're clearly faking here. So, I mean, my girl works at a law firm. And I'm guessing this could be the way to get rid of Deja if they're able to beat her in court and then she has to move out. It's kind of like Valerie saying, Zach, the lease is 6 months, and because you saw her dance and you decide to kick her out because of her profession, then now you can actually ruin yourself by her taking you to court for discrimination. So I feel like this could be a long-winded version of getting rid of Deja because of her trifling ways. That's the way I see it. But yeah, I don't think this is going to work. We do know a character named KC is going to show up later in the series, and it's going to befriend Fatima, and I think they're like a private investigator or something, and they're going to, follow Deja to see if she's really trying to play them in terms of this lawsuit. But yeah, I don't know. This whole thing, Deja, it doesn't feel like a good plan. It seems like you're doing this just for the sake of getting out of rent as opposed to anything else. Especially, this is after, Zach has rejected her advances. And this is the thing, though. I mentioned this in a few of my other reviews. Like, I wish this could have been written a bit differently, where Deja's so desperate to get Zach to sleep with her that she's like, hey, sleep with me or I'll sue you, as a way to put Zach in a very, very difficult situation where his older self would have just, his old persona would have done, Deja 10 times over by now, if not 50. But his newer personas, I'm mature, or I'm trying to be. I'm a one-woman man. I'm trying not to cheat and everything like that. But he's in a difficult situation because he has money now. And, with everybody trying to take him for what he's got, any more legal issues could be detrimental to his success. So he has to figure out a way to get past this whole lawsuit thing, but at the same time, maintain his professional self in his relationship. So yeah, I think Deja suing is a very bad plan on her part, and there are a number of ways why this wouldn't work. It's not as bad as the Q shit on Sistas, where it's like you go to court, or should I be more like, if Maurice had given up Sabrina to walk, then there's a very solid chance he would lose in court because there's more evidence stacked against him than Sabrina in terms of, the involvement with the robbery, especially that Sabrina has Andy in her back pocket. So yeah, it's a dumb plan that I think will fail, but we'll just have to wait and see how it plays out. So thanks so much for tuning in. Like and subscribe, follow me on social media. Links are in the description below, and I'll catch you in the next one.